Hello, fellow Hyrulians! I am your guide, the Hyrule Historian, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening! For today, I wish to say we are finally the new rulers of Koholint Castle. We have our Berserker Knights wandering the ground. As much as I wish to call them my royal guards, even they dislike me. Don't know if it's something I did, but it's probably because I took down the Golden Knight and they are just displeased. But anyways, within this episode, we are going to be exploring a little bit more of the island, and I was thinking of paying a trip or paying a visit to Dampe, or Dampe, however you wish to pronounce his name, since he has been making his own adventures throughout the different Zelda games, and I thought it would be fun just to pay him a visit and see what the whole dungeon maker is like. As you can kind of see, we have a few other places that we can go later, and we have a bunch of wild pigs. They need to be taught a lesson. Also, I forgot that it was this close, but if we... This is the Seashell Mansion. Well, I never thought of this as a mansion, but this is a place where we would be bringing our magic seashells at. I am the spirit of this mansion. I have been waiting for someone, one who can to overcome the darkness. Find the secret shells, then ascend the platform. You will receive the ultimate sword. Sounds like you should come back with lots of seashells. Try standing on the platform. Well, as you wish. Your experience level is this. Congratulations. I honestly think it looks like the experience bar, or like the liquid experience from Minecraft and a few other games. It always has that weird green liquid look to it. But yes, this is actually where we would get the ultimate sword. Man, you're still annoying. I just remember how annoying they were within Cadence of Hyrule. With the ultimate sword, we can have the ultimate power. And extend this maze, which you may not be aware was actually more of a maze within the previous game, or versions. Hello. Aren't you a little creepy thing? What are you? Hey, Jerry. Man, what is with those things? You know where they are supposed to be the creatures like from Link to the Past that hides under rocks and bushes? I think we've already encountered them once before. Huh. Hello. This is a nice change of pace. We are all the way on the other side of the haunted shack that we found in the last episode. It's like we're at the bay. If I'm not mistaken, there's another secret shell there, or a hidden place. Yeah. So... oh, wow. Okay then. This makes things a lot easier. Technically, we just need to go slightly north, because in the last episode we was collecting the golden leaves for Richard, the Prince of the Frogs, instead of the Princess and the Frog. Anyways, we just need to head a little bit north and then a little bit south. Then we can actually collect the prize that we was promised. And then we will be making our way to Dampe. Hello, Richard. I brought you your golden leaves. Now bow to your new king. Ah, young Vane, I see you have recovered all of the leaves. Now move this statue, and you will find your reward. Yay, the frog statue! Something I always never wanted. So nice that he made a statue for his pets. However, I don't really want slimes, but you know, a seashell is fine too. But yeah, the seashells are actually going to become a lot easier to get now, just because we're going to be starting to collect more of the items. Having fun there. Also, those creatures are supposed to be dropping rupees and a few other things. But yes, now it is a maze filled with bushes. So before, he actually mentioned in the last episode that we would need a shovel. However, when he was talking about that, he was actually talking more about the palace or castle. And, well, no, we actually needed the shovel for this. There we go. It takes a few tries, I will admit. But it's like you have to be right on the edge of it. That's going to be just like the one main problem. Ooh, in soil sleep secrets beneath your soles. In other words, your shoes. Normally, if you're not aware, you can end up digging throughout this entire area. But there it is. Directly in front of the owl statue, as it mentioned. Congratulations! You collected the slimy key! So, we ended up getting the googly eye key and now the slimy key. I forget how comedic Link's Awakening is. I mean, while we're here, we may as well just go ahead and open up the slimy dungeon. Actually, you would think the slime dungeon would be more in the swamp, but I'm not complaining. Sometimes people believe things need to make sense, but when you're in a dream world, screw logic. It's like with all this grass, it's like, why do you need to cut all this grass? That's a good question. With all of this grass, you would think there would be a forest here. Nope. Yeah, at first I was going to say, normally I wouldn't be taking this warp. Because I'm trying to think what's the fastest way to Dampe. So Dampe is right up here. The other warp is right here. So either way, we would just have to go across a few hills. So, to make it a little bit more interesting, we will explore this land and what it holds for us. Actually, while we're here, to the graveyard, or, you know, the place next to the graveyard. No, they want my hearts. That's what I was looking for. There we go. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but if it's not obvious, those things are zombies. Not what I meant to do. This is a... Okay, so, long story short, where we found that haunted shack in the last episode, there's supposed to be a ghost, a friendly ghost there. And that is the friendly ghost's grave. However, I think he will show up later. I wonder if this is still possible. Yes, it is. Normally, I think we need a grappling hook or somehow doing a long jump. But if you're clever enough, you can just jump right around these things. It's something I would rarely do, since it's not really needed. And of course, it leads us to the graveyard. But yes, here we have Dampe. It's been a while. Hey, there you are. Trying to think what Dampe's voice was. Hey, there you are. I want to show you something interesting. You have been poking into some of the ruins on the island, I can tell. We've been to a seaside cave and a cave in the swamplands. Not really sure what the slimy place is. I mean, it's more or less a cave. Technically, slimy ruins. I don't know what you guys would call it. I'll make little chambers based on these dungeons and put some chambers in the slab back there, and it turns into a real dungeon. Huh, that's unique. That is technically a really interesting mechanic, in my opinion, of like how to explain this. How's that work, you ask? Who knows? But I want your help testing the limits of this thing. He's technically saying that he's found a cursed slab, which, well, whatever you put there becomes reality. You look like you've been through a lot. Sit down and tell me about it. Okay. Congratulations, you got a piece of stone slab that looks like the rooms from the previous dungeons you visited. What you here for? So yeah, just to clear this up, we can use an amiibo for this, which will grant us Shadow Link and I believe a few other things. I think the amiibo can also save your dungeons, where then you can give it to a friend. I'm not sure if that's an actual thing though, since honestly I'm someone who doesn't really collect amiibos. Honestly, the only amiibo that I could say I have is Wolflink from Twilight Princess HD, but that's about it. Not much of an amiibo collector. They get quite expensive. So I'm just going to do a quick example of this, and just to see what it's like, and then within another episode we can actually I can actually go through this and make a dungeon, and then where you guys can make it as well, and then we can share it through our community and see who can get the best time and see who can come up with new ideas for it. But especially right now it's going to be basic since we've only went through 2 dungeons so far, but he's pretty much just going to explain everything, and I would like to skip this to kind of save on the time. So yeah, I'm pretty much just going to show a little bit of this off just to kind of give you guys an idea, and then I may try to make my own and then see where it goes from there. But right now it's going to be really basic since we've only been through 2 dungeons, so the googly eye dungeon's going to have to wait. So yes, this is just explaining that we can only use the rooms that, the chambers that we have previously seen within the last 2 dungeons. So if you have made your way through the rest of the game, you will have all the dungeon pieces. It's kind of like a little collector's game, I guess. It's like you're making your own Zelda adventure, but using the pieces from the dungeons that you've seen before. So, okay, so this is the entrance. So yes, we're gonna add one of those. Actually gonna make a few quick changes. I'm so lost right now. Are there no ways to rotate it? Okay, after a short while and trying to figure out how some of these chambers work, I think we have ourselves a small mini dungeon. There we have it. Okay, go adventuring. So pretty much what it's getting to is that we must make our way. So we're going to be making our way through these rooms since they are pretty much what we've already been through. And if we go through it fast enough, we can also make our way and get ourselves a few items from Dampe. And the faster we do this, and the more that we go through this, we will actually be able to do more of our own dungeons. And as you can see, we're collecting a good bit of rupees. So this is another way to actually farm for rupees. That's the word. Actually, this is the room where we got the power bracelets, if I'm not mistaken. So it wanted us to head through this room. So we had a few key rooms that Dampe has added himself, while we just had to connect them. And of course, me being me, I choose one of the more fun rooms. And as you can see, it also has pretty much the same layout, the same items. And the boss key is right next to the boss door. I mean, what's better than that? I think though, I mean, okay, so when I was putting it together, I had no idea where the boss key would be. I had no idea what type of stuff we would actually get. And here we have Mordorm, once again. Also, I would like to point out a little bit of the obvious, in that Mordorm here is actually a more or less a copy and paste version of the Mordorm from Link Between Worlds, which I was not aware of. But it's always satisfying to me when it comes to a Zelda game and you're able to replay and being able to go through the bosses without having to like restart the entire adventure from the beginning. Something on the lines like Majora's Mask, where you can just warp to the boss room for whatever dungeon you've completed. But it's like saying, yes, that was fun to fight Mordorm again. And I was actually able to explain that as much as I thought he changed and was updated, besides like some of the graphics, but he was more on the line from Link Between Worlds. I'm not sure if he was in Triforce Heroes. Somebody could let me know down below. But yes. Okay, so let's see what Dampe is telling us. What a show. There were times I'd rather you had one foot in the grave. A thrill like that deserves something from my collection in exchange. Congratulations! You get more chambers to add to your dungeons. Such as before when I was making, there was some rooms that I was not able to use. So the more challenges that you do through Dampe, the more things you can do with your dungeons. The rupees you find around the dungeons are a little bonus from me. You can keep them once the adventure's over. Watching you down there gave me the idea for a new challenge. It's ready whenever you are. Whenever you want it. And we'll take a break from this right now, and I think you guys kind of have the idea. And we'll come back to him in a later episode. But for now, we will be making our way back to the third dungeon, and we will be making our way down to the third dungeon, but before that, I'm going to go ahead and ending this episode off here. So if you guys have enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to leave a like or a comment below, and please don't forget to blast that like button, blast that subscribe button, and especially don't forget to ring the bell. Besides that, this has been the Hyrule Historian, here with the King of Koholint Island, Link, and we will see you all in the next episode. Thanks for watching, and later.